We live in a materialistic world. We spend our lives chasing possessions, only to lose them in the blink of an eye. Imagine finding a once opulent mansion deep in the heart of a sprawling French forest. This grand estate became the new home of a wealthy Russian family who sought solace and a fresh start here and decided to escape to rural France. But after 2010, they oddly vanished without a trace, leaving behind their luxurious home to be consumed by time and nature. Now the mansion lies in ruins, overtaken by ivy, with scenes reminiscent of a post-apocalyptic world. Inside, the remnants of their extravagant life remain. Designer clothes are rotting in closets, and photos of their children are fading on the walls, as if the very essence of their existence is being erased. But where did this family go? And why did they abandon such luxury to nature's unforgiving grasp? Join us as we explore this mysterious millionaire's mansion, searching for clues to uncover the secrets of their sudden disappearance. Let's walk through these forgotten halls together and see what hidden stories this abandoned mansion still holds. In the middle of uncharted territory, there are places that have been isolated for dozens of years, waiting to be discovered. This ivy-clad mansion is one of them.
All right. Wow.
Wow, we just made our way, as you could see from the outside, in this gigantic millionaire's mansion in France.
And believe me, this is a gigantic millionaire's mansion. I mean, it actually looks typical American to me, like the furniture and stuff, but it's in France, man. Unbelievable.
And the decay is absolutely insane.
Yeah. This is abandoned like 100% for sure.
You can already see that this once used to be a beautiful ceiling and now the molding have all fallen down. You can tell the furniture, like Raymond said, is modern. That makes it so strange to see a modern place like this
in such a state.
Such a rough shape. And this is just the start. Oh, also look at this cabinet over here.
Very neat, very beautiful. It just looks so stunning.
Still some fake diamonds.
Yeah. What's this, man? Looks like an old alarm.
Oh, it's from a battery, it's leaking. So be careful.
But yeah, I mean, also over there in the corner we have another one.
With these columns on the side.
Yeah, it's emptied out. But there is like stuff left over here. It is very neat actually. And I mean this chair, man. Yeah, sorry. I need to point it out, but the design of it.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Fireplace, and look, there are these frog statues on top. Some sconces on the side. Also the mirror has some neat details. You can tell that the people that lived here were definitely wealthy people. But if you thought this was already a lot of decay, Wait until you see the next room. We literally gotta crawl over the collapse of a bedroom upstairs.
It just completely came down. Like this is some proper decay. Damn.
Then if you make it to the other parts, there is still this dining table. Just gonna stand on the other side to show you the perspective. It's crazy.
I'm standing in another room. On the first floor. What do you think of that? Isn't that magical? No, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, you can tell over here is a wardrobe and the clothes are even in there. Over here, a tie pops out.
All the damage you see, this happens by nature. Raymond just grabbed the tie outside. You can still even see the clothes hooks inside this cabinet.
Yeah, and well, yeah, we can't show much of this particular space because, yeah, it's just hard to crawl over. And I don't want anything else to fall on me.
Looks like a television over here, and there are even cassette tapes and DVDs inside here. It's crazy, all underneath the collapse.
Whoa. Watch out, man, I pushed that.
Yeah, that's definitely losing.
Yeah.
But look at this painting. With a cat and this kind of, almost looks like a ghost.
Yeah.
She's so pale.
Sin ano, sine loco.
Crazy.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it's a strange painting.
If you know something about it, then leave it in the comment section.
All the discarded debris and the bricks from the ceiling are now littering the table and have fallen down.
Yeah, and well, bro.
Another red and modern lamp.
Yeah. What is this language?
I don't know, the movie is Cleopatra, but the language looks like something from Eastern Europe.
Yeah, man. So probably people from Eastern Europe then.
Once moved there, maybe they were wealthy, had a secondary residence.
Yeah.
And could not maintain it because this place is not maintained for years. There is another mouse statue on the ground. Have a look at the vanity over here. Again, the same design with the columns like we've just seen in the other room.
It's a very cool design as well. Alright, should there still be something in them? Oh. No.
I think everything is empty actually. It's strange because some of the decoration is still there.
Look, even a spider crawling out of it.
It just jumped out.
Oh wow. Ooh, some koi carpers. A book about it in France, so it is in French. Yeah.
They were probably bilingual.
Yeah, exactly.
And look, the lamp is also matching the style of this cabinet. Whoa. This place is in such a rough shape. Have a look at this desk over here. Still all the glasses inside, at least some of them.
Very cool. I really like the design of these cabinets, man. I would definitely live here. I mean, definitely.
If it was fixed, it was definitely a beautiful place back in its heyday.
Is it still filled, the bottle?
Yeah. 𝗦𝘁cie, that's definitely a local liquor. Is it cognac?
Yeah.
Chocolate liquor from 𝗦𝘁cie.
Oh, what is the price? Is it euros?
Pounds.
Pounds. All right. So probably also travelers.
Maybe one of those people that escaped to rural France. And eventually never came back here anymore and just completely disregarded the property. And there is a basement. Okay, I feel spider webs around me. Crackling paint underneath my feet. Okay, ceilings are pretty low. Well, this was definitely wood burning storage. Some very old moldy books.
Oh yeah, very old and moldy. Damn, it's a big basement, man.
The ceiling above us just completely collapsing as well. That's where the collapse was. It's a really big basement.
What is it?
Just some oil, just some tools.
Yeah.
Nothing very special down here.
What is down there?
I think it's just a little window.
Yeah.
Goes to the outside for some ventilation.
Oh yeah, it is.
Boilers and water tanks.
Yep. And that all for one property. Can you imagine that?
It's crazy, right? That you can really imagine the size of this property.
It's very cool to explore this place, man. But you know what I always really hate about these basements? Is it's so dark in here and they are so huge in size. We haven't checked it out, so I have no clue, man.
Well, they were also definitely storing some stuff over here.
Oh yeah.
Probably food.
I do think so, yeah. Everything's taken out of the bags.
Strange. No clue what this is.
Damn.
There's nothing in there, right?
No.
Look at the door.
They really smashed that.
Or just break. I don't know, but it's very fragile material. It's very rotten.
Yeah.
Wood and cork. Yeah, it looks like somebody smashed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, one more space down here.
Doors, storage over there. I do think that's a door to the outside, but it's closed.
Okay. I actually got lost right now. We came from the right, right?
Yeah, we came from here.
Yeah.
What is in there?
Look, the Christmas Santa over here.
Christmas decoration. What is in that bag? Oh, it's the...
This Christmas tree as
it's
well.
the Christmas tree, yeah. After you, man. Back upstairs again.
Whoa.
Yeah, unbelievable, right?
What's behind this door? Is it the outside? Oh yeah, this is the outside.
Well, yeah, then, bro. I need to say, you know, a little bit peaceful, but this is so unique.
So post-apocalyptic, and it's strange to see that it's modern in comparison with normally you see decayed old furniture, and now it's just modern furniture.
I mean, you can really call this like a Last of Us mansion, because this is what a mansion would look like if one day like hell breaks and people would just abandon their houses, take everything they can. This is what it looks like. I'm really curious on what happened over here.
I really think it was a secondary residence of people from Eastern Europe and that they never returned.
Damn, bro, they're freaking wealthy then. I mean, there is still stuff over here, yeah, another language.
It's definitely, again, Eastern European.
There's another door.
It goes to the outside.
No, it's just a toilet.
Oh man. Even all their vegetables and food is here. Now I'm really curious about the date of expiration.
Wow, this one? The baby food, 2000. This one, I don't know. Ah, finally. 2007. 2007. So I do think of 10 years already, something like that. 2010. Yeah, bro, something like that.
Around a decade.
Around a decade.
And this is what can happen to a property when it's just not maintained. It's crazy, right? How quickly this can go.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Now I can maybe also understand why there is like an anti-vacancy law in the Netherlands with squatters.
Over here, everything is left. Look at this. This is so cool. Over here used to be like a sink or something, I don't know. Maybe
I think the furnace.
the furnace, and these are the drawers underneath it. Look at that decay. And there is this ladder. Oh damn. Bro, it's completely destroyed. No, there is not a name.
It was just Sir Madam, right? But
Yeah,
that's a
exactly.
personal name.
Yeah, bro, and I mean, wait, show him. Look how post-apocalyptic. Everything is still in the kitchen. Even smoggy, like, bro, literally. Everything is left over here.
Bottles of Perrier,
Bottles of
water.
Perrier, you can see plastic. It's completely destroyed due to animals and rats. This is also a place where we can open our drawer and then we find one. Huh?
Yeah, happened to us once in the USA. Let's look back at that jolly moment that took place about 2.5 years ago in Illinois.
Keeping the tension here, huh?
Now, it's time for the signature fridge test.
Look at that cobwebs.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Not a fridge.
Crazy. Yeah.
Two
no,
fridges.
Look at the cobwebs. Hasn't been opened for a very long time. That feels so satisfying. Cookies.
Oh my gosh.
Even the Kellogg's still in there. Some rotten eggs. That's why I really wanted to check this, man, because everything is left in the kitchen.
Even over here. Yeah, everything. They had a lot of place.
Oh, shine a light for me.
I already saw a name.
Yeah, me too.
𝗦𝘁cie.
And this is,
From 2008.
yeah, last name was 𝗦𝘁cie.
But 𝗦𝘁cie is a very French name.
Yeah. So I do think they had like two different.
Yeah, he had two different nationalities.
Exactly.
Maybe they actually moved back to their country of origin, or from his father or his mother.
Could be. I mean, they have plenty of money enough.
That's clear, to own such a property, but at the same time, if they had the money, why not fix it up? Oh,
Or at least try to sell it. I mean, it's beautiful.
glasses in here. You can see all the dust marks and mold marks. Oh man.
This looks so apocalyptic.
It's better to just throw down and renew it, rebuild it.
Bro, it's probably worth millions. I mean, also the land. There are some other properties on the land, but still, it's... I don't get it. I really don't get it. It also contains a big land. Seed over here. Another book of this language. It's Russian. It is Russian.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's probably a rich Russian...
How do you know it's Russian?
This, man. This looks very Russian.
Looks like we got a massive bathroom over here. Even a place to hang up some coats.
Yeah.
A sink over here. mirrors. I really want to know what this place looked like when it was fixed, because this bathroom doesn't look anything really beautiful.
No, no.
You see it right now, all the plumbing above us.
This was definitely like a side bathroom.
Crazy to see all the plumbing above us, bro. Normally you never see that.
Bro, you know what I'm very jealous of? This kit. Bro, that's some shoe polishing kit, man. Damn, wish I had this at home. Because I do care about my fashion and about shoes.
Yeah, but this is especially for black leather shoes.
Yeah, true. But still, it's a very nice kit, man. Damn, man, the man had some stuff. The man or the woman, I don't know.
Still very complete.
Yeah. Alright. And have you also seen this? Some tennis rackets.
Oh yeah.
And the children for like the inflatable thing. Oh, wow. Look.
That used to hang there. Crazy, it's just collapsed.
Beautiful, but...
Oh, yeah. We first have to show them how actually the collapse looks from the other side. Check this out.
Because over here you can see that there used to be some chairs over here. And like this saloon table.
This is what currently looks like. Complete collapsed floor, covering 50% of this entire, what once was a room and not is anymore. It's crazy. This property is really at its final destination.
So, upstairs, and then look over here at the cobwebs. You can tell that this place has been widely open, otherwise this could not happen to a place.
Look above you.
Yeah.
All the peeling strips.
A lot of spiders, alive and dead. A beautiful garden, actually. Oh, a painting.
And again, it's written in one other language as well.
Well, what once was a beautiful hallway is now this.
My gosh. Okay, so we are definitely gonna proceed this area with a lot of caution. But first, there is a room behind you.
Exactly. This was the office.
Wow!
A very nice and neat office.
Check out this, still so pristine, the entire cabinet with all the books.
Exactly. And again, in that language, in that specific language. So, what is this? Very tiny books.
You need very good eyes in order to read this.
Yeah.
Anybody knows what language this particularly is? Because we can tell it's Eastern European, but... And we know we have some Eastern European viewers too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I have no clue, man, absolutely not. Damn, this must be some valuable books, but... You know, I can't like... put a pin on it, because I don't know the language.
Glass is smashed here.
Yeah, I do think there was something valuable inside of here. They stole it.
Yeah, it truly is, and it's sad to just leave this property behind for what it is.
And then leave all the stuff. Why would you not take the pictures?
Strange, right?
Of a lovely child.
Yeah, just leave it hanging here to rot in this place. Even a pot of ink still on the desk.
Yeah. What is this even? Strange, very strange. Yeah, some ink. Yeah, you can tell just everything is left.
There are even SD cards over here.
Sundays.
2003, 2004 it says on there.
Do you think you can read them out? No, right? It's a compact flash, man. And they are still in there, man. Why would you do that? I mean, there are probably some beautiful memories on this.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh.
What is that? A sex toy?
Yep.
Mama.
From his child. Oh, so Mama was sitting at the desk, yeah. Doing her thing. Doing what she wanted.
Strange to find that in an office desk.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is so unique. Damn.
All the paint is also littering these beautiful red chairs. It's all coming from the ceiling above.
Yeah. Very unique.
Another picture over here. This woman. Could be taken inside this mansion. Now it's just completely got wet. And I think they printed it and that's why all the colors are kind of distorted.
Yeah.
Printer from brother, so also definitely more modern.
Yeah.
I have one at home.
Yeah, as you can tell. Just some stuff.
Figurine is funny.
Yeah, it's quite funny, right? I absolutely love this mansion. I mean, this is definitely something different than we normally do. So.
Well, now comes the scary part. Gotta be very cautious, but I think we have a passage over here through this room in order to do it more safely.
Alright, bro. Wish me luck. If we go together. From the movies. Oh, it's squeaky as hell.
Alright. We just made our way inside a children's bedroom and all the toys of this child are all pristinely standing here on the shelves.
It's so sad to see that. Also, I can remember this moment. This is very cool. Lately I've been doing like one of our first videos and then I said like, there are children out there that don't have toys to play with. And over here they are just left for vacancy.
Look, that's also written in the other language.
Yeah.
Mickey Mike. 2003.
Damn. Well, filming this by the time that Barbie is getting quite popular, so the most valuable thing in this place right now probably is this little girl over here. Do you know that these dolls are going for like thousands of euros right now?
Yeah, definitely the vintage ones.
Original pieces, like never thought finding a Barbie doll would be finding something valuable, but
also a lot of shelves over here.
yeah, probably all the toys
So many toys.
still inside.
So
man.
sad.
Little bird plane. Yeah, it is so sad. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
You
Yeah,
could make a child so happy with all these toys.
really happy.
Also over here a windmill. Some cows. Little television.
You know what the thing is? What is so cool that I'm thinking of right now? I will tell you in a bit. Some clay even, yeah, just all the toys. Some movies. Then this one, man. The children that lived in here, they are probably the same age of us right now. Because I used to play with this thing. Can you remember it from the kindergarten?
Yeah.
Exactly this boy over here. The little
Tykes.
it says over here. Well, for me it was written in Dutch, but
So this little children's desk over here, super cute. With a Winnie the Pooh from Disneyland. Probably would spin around by clicking on this button with a battery. Oh look, there are even Barbie shoes.
yeah.
Man, I gotta say, the children didn't have a bad life. It seems that they were definitely quite spoiled.
Yeah, but they were definitely quite spoiled, man. Even the clothes left, all of them.
Oh, it's so crazy that the only clothes like in a large quantity that are left behind are from the child.
Yeah. Crazy, right? Yeah. Sorry, but... Damn.
Even a Disney inflatable ball over here, beach ball.
Then let's continue our way, Mo. What's the bathroom?
It's a quite luxurious bathroom.
Quite luxurious, but very decayed right now. The carpet is like covered in black mold. Over there we have another toy.
Yeah, some ducks. Some bad ducks.
Some Dove. Oh, it feels very hard. Shampoo. I mean, I still have these products at home.
This is also crazy. All their grooming products are left behind, even the hair dryer.
Chanel Allure, expensive perfume.
Absolutely crazy.
Colgate, toothbrushes. Alright, so first thing that I see is this huge boiler again.
Another one.
Oh well, talking about clothes left, Mo.
Oh, we have some more over here.
Damn.
Look like some quite fancy clothes as well between there.
I even see a bag of Chanel. I do think these are quite expensive. Maybe there are some famous brands inside, but I don't know. Damn, this looks like, if it's in this, if it's stored, then
Chanel boutique.
oh.
Can you show it again?
Chanel boutique, Chanel, made in France. Like I said, bro, if it's stored in there, then you know that it's expensive. Yeah, bro, these are some real Chanel clothes. Bro, there are literally people like searching for these clothes right now, like the vintage pieces, Versace, jeans couture. And they really want like these pieces specifically, the vintage ones, and it's just left to rot over here.
Crazy, man.
And I even see like this Chanel bag over there.
You can tell that the person that lived there was clearly a millionaire.
Oh yeah.
We didn't just make that up. And then finally, we have one more bedroom on this floor. This one is actually really beautiful. Again, gonna stand on the other end of the room. Check it out.
Very beautiful. This was the main bedroom.
And what makes this bedroom just something out of a fairy tale is the fact that there are all those dry leaves scattered around on the ground, and they've once blown inside during autumn time when the shutters and windows were still wide open of this place.
Crazy fact, right?
I actually really like the lamp. Very unique.
Damn, bro.
And it's matching the sconces on the side.
What a design, man. I mean, this is definitely something different, but oh.
It's strange how this place is so decayed, but the mattress still looks relatively white and clean.
Yeah, it looks very good.
It's a strange contrast, this room, in comparison with the others.
Unbelievable. And I mean, have you seen this? Wait, I'm gonna open mine up, but open up yours, because the design of that thing is very cool.
Oh yeah, how it falls open, right?
And yours is still filled.
Yeah, a lot of medicines, pills, some cramps.
We have this, what do you think it was for makeup? Vanity, yeah. And yeah, we see some stuff left on it.
Woman's sex toy.
You can tell if you're a wealthy man that you probably have a
Slimline G-Spot 5.
Slimline G-Spot 5. You have a woman, and yeah, this is also again another sex toy which you put on the finger, and probably this has been into someone once, so I'm just gonna place it right over there.
Over here from Dior. Wrinkle cream.
Yeah, bro. Completely destroyed. Oh. God damn. I think that, no, that's not a sex toy, but some blindfolds.
Seems that they were kinky.
Yeah, they definitely love some kinky. Yeah, bro, I mean, all names, Christian Dior, some makeup from it. Eyelashes, Chanel, Kenzo Paris. Bro, wealthy. You can tell that. You can really tell that.
Where is a box of Cartier?
Yeah. I think it's also for her jewelry.
Wow.
Yeah, for a bracelet.
Not a private bathroom. And this one also has a lot of leaves inside.
Yeah.
Check out the shelves over here.
Also all the perfumes.
This was definitely all for the man.
Cartier, Hugo Boss.
This medicine is again written in an Eastern European language.
Yep. Wealthy people.
Where we can also see the other front of the mansion. As you can tell, very rural. The grass is high. Because you also saw it at the beginning of this video. This property is very overgrown. TV over here.
Yep. Something in the drawers over here. It's even so
I
hard.
will leave it, man.
Yeah.
Well, plenty of things.
Plenty of things indeed.
Mostly books and magazines.
Yeah, mostly. Some movies. Oh. Are these like pictures? I do think so, actually.
No, it's from a store.
No, but this one.
A bit strange, it's like matches.
Yeah, that's quite unusual, yeah. Alright. Yeah, bro. Just all the DVDs.
Really wondering what happened with these people and where they are now.
Yeah, me too. Well, last thing we haven't checked.
Is this Leonardo collector's porcelain doll and a wardrobe right next to us. And again, all the clothes are inside. I was telling you, we just found it, the children's clothes, like, huh, it's strange, it's only the children's clothes left behind, but no, all the clothes are here.
All the
also
clothes.
from the adults. Time for breakfast. Whoa. Alright, well then there is actually one other floor. We haven't checked it out yet, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be anything promising and if it's even safe to go there.
Yeah.
As long as I'm looking to the ceilings above me, I've not seen any major cracks.
No,
So
me
I
neither.
think we should be pretty fine.
Alright, then we need to walk that way back because we can't walk through this hallway.
No,
Impossible.
this is the hallway where it's all caving in, and I'm already feeling it while I'm standing here. So we're gonna make a little detour. And then you're gonna see the other floor of this majestic millionaire's mansion.
Again, Mo, like I said, if we go together.
I hope this is gonna end well because this doesn't look very stable at all. So we gotta be very, very cautious.
No. At all, Mo. Ugh. Damn.
Oh no. Is this even worth it?
Well, I do think these are like rooms where you would keep guests.
Oh my gosh, bro. I'm not going here. Well, I can show it, or you can show it, but I'm not going there.
Yeah. Sorry for my camera skills, but you You see that line?
Yeah, the wall is cracking.
That is a crack in the wall. Alright, so shortly, yeah, as you can tell, it's just so unstable over here.
Yeah, look, if I step my foot over here.
Ooh! No, don't do that, don't do that. Alright, there's this doll over there. Actually, I really want to check that part, man.
No, don't go there, man. It's not safe. Do you see the aperture between the floor?
Yeah, but this part, but that part is completely fine.
Yeah, but not this part over here. I would not recommend doing it.
I can make my way, maybe. Alright, then just leave it, yeah?
I think it's not even worth the risk.
I do see some plain rooms. I mean, I can quickly zoom in for you, but
Yeah, I think they're
as you can
mostly
tell,
gonna be plain.
I think it's just for guests over here. Alright, then
We explored it. This millionaire's mansion in the middle of rural France, in the woods. Absolutely epic exploration to see such decay. Mind-blowing. Raymond and I hope that you enjoyed it as usual, and if you did, you know the drill as always. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel right down below, leave a nice comment right down below. We also offer channel memberships, and there we offer early access to our weekly videos and as well exclusive bonus content and episodes that will not be released to the main channel. So check it out for sure, and then in the end, wishing you a wonderful week, and we will see you on our next adventure. Peace out.